When I was a kid, I was obsessed with Digimon. I watched the anime, I collected the cards, I had some of the toys, and I even played a handful of the games. But I know a lot of kids in the 90s had mixed feelings about Digimon because of a question that's haunted playgrounds for over 2 decades. Was Digimon a clone? Yeah. Well, kinda, but definitely not a clone of the series that you're thinking of. For me to explain this, I'm gonna have to take you back to the end of the millennium, the year 1999.
I got something here that's downright fun. My new popcorn chicken.
Pokemon is now in full mania. Here's ABC's Tom Foreman.
Pokemon the movie joins Pokemon the video game and Pokemon the trading card as must-sees and must-haves. To start us off tonight, NBC News correspondent Colleen Dominguez on the craze that has now hit Hollywood.
Pokemon, the first movie, plus the all-new short Pikachu's Vacation playing before Pokemon, the first movie.
But why should they carry these monsters in their pocket?
And the cards are flying.
I'll trade you this for a Gyarados. That for Gyarados? That's crazy.
And it's called Pokemon. And it even made the cover of Time magazine. Now, the first thing I want you to notice is, do you notice any symbol up there that you've seen before? The spiral. And it stands for what? Male fertility. Okay?
Not only was Pokemon selling like crazy, but there was also another toy from Japan that was selling incredibly well in America. That toy was the Tamagotchi. The Tamagotchi was a weird egg-shaped device that had virtual creatures in them. You had to take care of them by playing with them, feeding them, and mainly cleaning up their poop. Oh my god, there's so much poop! For the love of God, stop poop! Tamagotchi were a huge success worldwide. Bandai, Tamagotchi's creators, saw how well the Tamagotchi were selling, so they wanted to make sure that they were also appealing to boys as well. Bandai thought the Tamagotchis were appropriate for girls, so they wanted to make a more masculine version for boys because this was the 90s. So they took the base idea for Tamagotchi, such as feeding, playing, and taking care of them, and added in some edgier designs to make the new monsters stand out. They also made battling the focus, as you can now connect 2 of these new V-Pets together to fight and see who is the strongest. And thus, the Digital Monster V-Pet was born. Digital Monster was then shortened to Digimon, and it was released worldwide.
I'm Ultimate! I'm Champion! I'm Mega! No way! The all-new Digi Battle card game from Bandai. Digimon.
So if Digimon was a virtual pet simulator like Tamagotchi, then what was Pokemon, and why did everybody compare it to Digimon? Well, let's roll back the clock to 1996. Pokemon started as Game Boy games in Japan, known then as Pocket Monsters Red and Green versions. The main goal of these games were pretty simple. You had to catch them all. Pokemon exploded in popularity worldwide, and the monster collecting genre spawned many different copycats. Some of these shows were honestly not that bad. I really enjoyed Metabots as a kid, and even Monster Rancher was a guilty pleasure for me, but some of these knockoffs were so bad that they should remain frozen in the depths of obscurity. So Pokemon popularized the monster collecting genre, but Digimon wasn't a collecting style game at all back in 1999. The first game in the series, Digimon World, was almost identical to the virtual pet experience. As a Digimon tamer, you would raise Digimon from their baby stage all the way to the ultimate level if you were a skilled enough tamer. This wasn't an easy task though, because your Digimon needed a lot of care and attention. Digimon World was a really strange open world game. You play as a kid that's been taken to the digital world to help save File Island from a mysterious presence that's affecting Digimon all over the island. The coolest part about this game is that it didn't hold your hand at all. In fact, it's almost too challenging at times. I remember being a kid and not really understanding what the goal of the game was and why the hell I was always getting Numamon. I have this distinct memory as a kid trying to beat Meramon, but failing every time because I sucked at raising good Digimon. I tried fighting him over and over until I eventually defeated him. It sounds corny, but defeating him taught me not to give up and to keep trying even if it seems hard. That's probably why I have such a soft spot for such a janky game.
You run away again, buddy, and you're totally grounded. 80 renegade Digimon. They run away, and you have to get them back. The Digimon World video game, rated T, new from Bandai.
Digimon World wasn't my only gateway into the digital world. Back in 1999, we also had the Digimon anime.
Digimon, digital monsters, Digimon are the champions. Digimon, digital monsters, Digimon are the champions.
The Digimon anime was really different from Pokemon as well. On one hand, Pokemon takes place in a fictional world, while on the other hand, Digimon takes place primarily in the real-world setting of Odaiba, Japan. The anime is similar to the game, but this time a group of kids are taken to the digital world. So the story begins on August 1st, 1999. 7 kids are spending their summer break at a summer camp when suddenly a mysterious blizzard sweeps over their camp. The 7 children, Tai, Sora, Matt, Izzy, Mimi, Joe, and TK, are then gifted strange devices and are suddenly transported to another world. As they awaken in this strange new world, they are greeted by the inhabitants of the digital world called Digimon.
What are they?
We're Digimon, digital monsters.
Digital monsters?
Yes, Digimon.
The band of kids then set out on a journey to try to find their way home with their new Digimon partners. Along the way, they learn that they are the Digi-Destined, a group of children chosen to save the digital world. I really enjoyed the Digimon anime growing up. I thought the cast of kids had really interesting personalities that I thought were pretty relatable as a kid back in the late 90s. Each of the kids had well-defined character arcs that showed their growth throughout the series. Digimon didn't shy away from telling real stories, even though its main purpose was to basically act as a commercial to sell toys and games to kids. The characters had to deal with a lot of real issues like losing loved ones or abuse, bullying, and even divorce. Another part of the anime that I really loved was how the aesthetic of the world was really unique. The beautiful watercolor backgrounds mixed with the strange geography of the digital world made a perfect setting. Telephone poles in the desert that led nowhere, phone booths on the beach, so many great details that really made the digital world feel original. So at the end of the day, Digimon was really just a clone of Tamagotchi, but geared towards boys. From there, it spawned a successful anime along with toys and video games, and it really came into its own. I wish more kids back then would have given Digimon a better chance instead of just writing it off simply as a clone of Pokemon. With all the things that make it different, I don't really see why kids thought it was a clone anyways. Oh, wait a minute. Was it really just because of Mon? That's dumb. Hey, thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed the video. Be sure to hit that like button if you did, and subscribe if you want to hear me ramble on about more random things. Oh, and let me know in the comments, what was your first experience with Digimon? Did you get into the games? Did you like the cards? Did you watch the anime? Or did you not like Digimon? I'm curious to hear. Alright guys, until next time, see ya!